As we were explaining, it depends if we are playing in which context. You have to also observe the context of the group you are playing with. Like in this recording here, the hand claps, the singer, one guitar, and the bass, the electric bass. So for that context there, you have to use certain chords that are useful. And then if you play with two guitars, then you will do different things. Like for example, now what I will do is play this again in another way. And then remate. To find out also rhythmical ways to do it. So let's say other example different how it would be. Because you have to wait until the guitar player that is commanding, because that's another thing of the code, that here the first guitar is commanding the thing. So you have to wait until he indicates when it will change the chord or do doble remate, right? While they are waiting that the singer starts. So let's go again over this thing. You can appreciate the nuance.
Mira cómo suena
very important to mark there the end of this thing, right? Very strong there, because the añadido came there, and you have to make it evident, right? Otherwise, this is the art of accompanying the singer. It's not so easy to sing. In fact, this is a very complex subject, but of course, with the study program, we will be able to examine this under the microscope. Like, this is a microscope at the harmonic and rhythmic structure of the thing, right? So, but this, you have to play very clear what are the breaks and all this. So let's do it again. Thing that make it sound good, that other stuff. So very important rule here is to play remates and play breaks and things where you are making the other people sound good, right? That's a difficulty. That's why Paco is much less on that, to make the others sound good, and that's why generally people call players for playing in replace. Here, Carlos Benavente is on the bass. Why? Because he enhances what the other is doing, right? So if you call him to the recording, he will make you sound good, not how nice we sound. So one thing is how we play when we are in soloist role of soloist, and another is when we can play to accompany others and make what is there either melodically or rhythmically being enhanced by what we are doing, right? Because if I can play just the very same thing, what is there, but that would be just, well, that's a beginning, of course, that will be a beginner's kind of stuff, right? Which means I follow just exactly that. But then if I understand the code, I will be able to place remates and place stuff there that kind of contrast the other player, what the other player is doing rhythmically also, and harmonically, of course. Like, well, later on we will examine about things of the keys and these, right? Like, for example, we can play here on this other thing, or in rondeña, even in rondeña al aire, open, like this thing. How this will sound: one guitar with the capo, with the cejilla at 4, and the other playing in rondeña tuning, which Paco did many times with Camarón de la Isla. In album Calle Real, I think Dios de la Nada is one of the examples that has this kind of mixing tuning, like that. Well, it's evident what I'm saying, that it is not that two players playing at 4 necessarily, even if you play with the cejilla al 4 por medio, 4 here. You will not do the same thing that the other guitar player is doing. That's not to play in two guitars, that's just to repeat the other thing, and then it will be static, will not be dynamic, right? So we need dynamics in the interplay with other instruments and with other guitar players, right? And with the singer, of course. But this we will also analyze later on, that we should be able to play in different positions of flamenco playing, like this one, which is the minera por abajo, or the rondeña thing, which we explained in other lesson before. I think I explained this before also. Some lessons should be there about that, but we will do specific examples with all this, with the discography of Paco de Lucia and Camarón, and with everything else, right, that is related to that.